Alright guys, I'm going on a Sunday hike on the property, and I just wanted to show you, I just started on the hill here. Alright, so this is an oyster mushroom, but this is not recent, this is last year's, or early. But see how it's gilled? That's how you know, guys. It's going to have them gills on it, and they're going to be white in color. So if you got your tan going on there, this just tells you it's a little older. But hopefully we'll find some today. Fun little fact, so you see the little creek bed right there? That's coming out of the mountain. That's mountain water. That's spring water, fresh water. So back in the day, Dad was digging down in here near the house so he could get the spring going, and he actually found a golden coin. It was we never could identify it, and Mom and Dad, before they got their double wide, we lived in a little 2-bedroom house. And so long story short, they got the new double wide, but their building caught on fire from burning the old house down. So they lost the coin, and then it got recovered, and now it's lost again. Who knows where it is, but I thought that was pretty cool. So legend is, and my papa and my uncle believe that the part of the silver swift mines are on this property, or near the connecting property. And that's pretty neat. I heard that legend my whole life. You grow up in a family who is open-minded, you hear all kinds of stories about Bigfoot, the ghost, or the haints. And let me show y'all where we're going. Straight up, except we're going to curve on this road right here. They logged up in here at one time, so that's what you're seeing is the old log road. But we're going to go to the ridge, and that connects Dad's property and goes all the way across. So let's go. As you can tell, that's straight up. And I have climbed that many times. My dad's climbed that way many times, because this is where the sheep, goats, cattle, horses all roam. Of course, now it's just the cows and a pony. But again, I'm going to take this where I go straight up, have a break up there at the top for a second, get my breath, and then it goes all the way up. So yeah, let's get this. Oh, shit. I thought I was filming that whole time, and I would. But I made my first trek. Well. Alright, now that I've caught my breath a little bit, we're going up the second trek. Now, this will go straight up, and if I followed this road, it just take me back to the beginning of the gate, down the hill, and into another property. But we're going up. So I've made it to the ridge, and we're standing around a bunch of hemlocks, which are common here. And I don't know if you can see the fence line there, but this is a beautiful place. This is where I would love to be, away from everybody, everything. And who knows? You never know. But ain't it beautiful? Like, you can see this side of the hollers. Just beautiful. If I had a 4-wheeler or side-by-side, it'd be a lot easier to access up here. And I wouldn't mind living back here. But, you know, I have to work with what I got at the time. So, it's beautiful, though. Beautiful. You always want to get them sticks off the fence line if you can. Some trees. Tree limbs. Dad's worked his ass off on this because it goes around the whole 22 acres, and most of it's, as you can tell, up on this ridge and hillside. But yeah, let's see what we can get into. Coming up on things, guys. Look at this. This is squall root right here. Bear corn. Bears like eating this. It is actually edible. And it's medicinal. Now I'm going to be taking it for the medicinal purposes, but I'm not taking this because it's still young. it ain't as tall as some of the others that I've come across. So I'm going to leave these for the bears because they do water these ridges. And I'm going to take from on down the mountain that I stumbled up on yesterday. And guys, yesterday, if you saw the video of me wondering what kind of mushroom was on them trees, definitely chicken of the woods. And it's always good to check and make sure that, let me switch this around, that what you are harvesting is edible. You don't want to get up on something that's poisonous, and you just be extra careful. But yeah, it's young chicken of the woods, and I'm excited about that because again, the chicken of the woods is another fungi, another mushroom, and I love eating them. They're good, and they're called chicken of the woods because everybody says they taste like chicken, and they do. They got they're not as tender as a dryland fish. They have a little bit more like jerk to them, I guess. You could call it a jerk. But yeah, not as tender, so it fries up more like if you was frying up chicken, and I love it. Well, I can't wait to see what else we're getting into. It's been a long time, I ain't gonna lie, since I've been up here, and I'm gonna show you here. We are walking the ridge a lot better than walking all up that damn hill right there, which me and my brother have, funny story, chasing a damn turkey. My dad's turkey come up here, went over the line, and right over the line is Kentucky. See, like we're bordering Kentucky, but we're on like the Eola, Kentucky line. So we're more toward Pine Mountain, things like that. So we're really secluded up here. We don't have any grocery stores or gas stations. At one time we did, but like everything else, you know, when Walmart comes in, all the mom and pa's get fucked. Oh, look what I found. Some more squall root right in there. Them are big. So I may take those. So the good thing about those is you can harvest them once, twice, and maybe 3 times. People boil them down. They'll take the, let me see if I can get closer to them. There they are. There's just so many fallen trees and stuff up here, and limbs. That's a me bush right there. It's a holly bush. All right. See these little fellers, guys? So what we're gonna do is I brought my knife, and I'm gonna try to prop the phone up and show you guys. But you just take the top root here, and what this is a parasitic plant. So it feeds off oak roots. So what we're seeing here is just the top of these roots. Again, this is called squall root, bear corn, and it's very medicinal. I have not ever harvested it. This is my first time. And ooh, look at that one. They're big. They're everywhere up here. But this is my first time. It's a natural astringent, and it's supposed to be really good for bronchitis, inflammation of the body. Something that Spirit's been leading me to lately is inflammation of the body, because I struggle with it. You guys, most everybody now has fucking autoimmune diseases. Why do you think that is? That's our food. These herbs right here, and these natural medicines and roots are here for a reason. And you don't have to take all of them. You don't have to be selfish. But I'm going to be making this into a tea and possible tonic or tincture. So, yeah, let me prop you guys up here and let's harvest this. Hopefully you guys got a good view. I got my mom just gave me this knife. It belonged to my late papa. He died in 2017. And this was also his dad's, my great-grandfather's. So, I am totally excited about that. Because my papa, he meant a lot. He was a big nature man. He actually come up here in these woods and would hunt. See, look, he would hunt and I guess trying to find that mine. So I'm just taking from the tops because it will regrow back out. I got holly up my ass. No pun intended. I come prepared because I knew I was going to be getting some squall root on the other side of the mountain, but I didn't expect to run up on these. So I'm going to leave them on the other side of the fence because I don't feel like getting into it. And I'm just going to take, again, enough, you know. This is for medicine. This is for us, you know. We don't need to take all of it, but and this will be for my family and friends or whatever. So I'm going to leave a little bit of that because it's still growing. But yeah, always close your knife up. Don't let nobody else close your knife for you. I mentioned it before, but squall root is a springtime thing. And typically, if nothing gets to them, if a bear don't get to them, then you'll see them during fall. But they're all browned up and already dried up. So we got two choices. We can take the high road or the low road. What do we want to do? What do we do? I think we'll take the high road. Ever wondering how mistletoe grows? You see that big ball of plant up there? Right there? Well, there she is. Usually they'll just shoot them out of the trees around here. Also too, guys, something that I'm looking out for is oyster mushrooms, which are fabulous, and reishi mushrooms, and other medicinal ones too. But you got to be on the lookout on the trees, and some of them are just so high you can't get to, so you just got to let nature have that back, let it have it, do its thing. But like I said, you don't know till you get out here in the woods and you wander around. And this is the life I love. This is where I thrive and will thrive for the rest of my life, is in the mountains, being free, wild and free. Here's another beautiful spot. Again, this would be my second pick, because here we're on the main top, and you can see the mountaintops and in the far distance there. The sunsets are amazing here, and it's peaceful, so peaceful. You ain't got no nosy ass neighbors, you ain't got no people up your ass. I'm a hermit, man. If that's one thing I've discovered about myself, is I am a hermit, and I love it, because if you're a misunderstood soul like me, whew, it's exhausting, people trying to drag you into their shit, you know. As a healer, that's definitely the thing. People's like, oh, you're a healer though. A healer don't say you have to put up with your shit. And a pit, you know, that's the thing about being a healer too. People don't talk about that. People do not know how draining it is. Now, mind you, I ain't complaining, but you have to adjust to your surroundings when you're like this. People are like, oh, don't feel as much though, Holly. Honey, it don't work that way. When you open up, the more you open up, you can't. You don't have a choice. Now, there is such thing, you do have a choice in what you're participating in. And people say shielding. We have a natural shield, baby. This is the thing. You gotta have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries with people. And that's what I'm doing in my life and have been doing for a while. So I'm like, if you misunderstand me, if you don't like me, then hit the road, Jack. We're all hit the road. I don't have a problem hitting the road, obviously. But yeah, just a moment here in the woods. I'm telling you guys, this is where I thrive. So, excuse me. I need to cross over the fence. If not, I'm just going to go get it. It's going to take me straight down the hill here. And I want to go straight down the hill, but I'm going to a particular spot. That way I can cross over easier. So I got to find me a good spot to cross. Look at that big ass tree. Y'all, look at this. Big, beautiful tree. Man, that'd be a good log. That'd be good for my house. Alright. Wish me luck. For a place to cross over. I could just go through. God, I'm losing my voice. I got my hatchet attached to my bag here, my side bag. Because you always want to pack water when you're hiking, guys. Listen, I'll be hiking on trails and I'll be like, did you pack your water? You know, to strangers, I'm like, you gotta hydrate, man. You just can't go back in the woods and not have hydration. But here's my view. Look, the house and stuff. Mom and Dad's house are down in there. And we're on the other side of the ridge now. We were over on that side. See, just beauty. Beauty. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And, you know, what's even more beautiful about it is this was my dad's dream, is to have a homestead. And it's just my dad, you know. He coming out here and doing all this. He did this, guys. My little daddy is a strong man. He sure is, man. He come from a time of, like, they don't make them like that no more. And I was raised by that, and I'm lucky because, you know, I have work ethic, and I have more than that. I have a will, you know. I don't let nobody take my dreams away from me. And even if I'm living out of a tent, I will, you know, just to have my peace in life. Now, right up there, guys, I'll take y'all there eventually too. That's a strip job. Grew up with it always being there. At one time, my daddy worked up there. I know it sucks, yeah, taking away all that. But you know what, guys, this is the hard truth of it. Unless you've lived here, grew up here, you don't really know. Yes, it sucks. Mother Nature should not be touched as little as possible, right? Well, when your family ain't got no other choice but to work that way because they don't have any choices, or the education, because back then education wasn't the most important thing. It was getting out and getting a job because your family was poor. I think people underestimate the poverty level in the Appalachian Mountains. And I'm very aware of it. I moved away for a little bit, and some of us do, but most of us come back. Some of us run from it because we're ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm here the Spirit clearly sent me back here and has me here for not just myself, for healing, man. Healing. See, these may be real beautiful, and you're just seeing the tip of it. This is spring. So all this right here is about to be overgrown and vegetated. But what you don't see is the trauma in these mountains, and the unhealedness in this mountains. And all of it's ignorance. And ignorance. Oh, look at there. Some more deer corn. Not deer corn, bear corn. Squall Root. I got to figure out what name I'm going to stick to. So I do have some knowledge I've learned from other people over the years, guys. But like I said before, I've been teaching myself. I look up stuff. I've seen it before, or it's just something it's got to be in your veins, man. It's got to be something you're passionate about. Because you can go to a class all you want, but unless you're out here, right here, and you're looking, and you're being observant, and you take pictures, don't touch something, don't uproot it and bring it home and take a picture. Take a picture. Look here. Take a picture and then come back to it. Squall Root. Guys, the Native Americans use Squall Root too. I know I've mentioned this before in other videos, but menopause for women, it acts like, they say it's kind of like black cohosh, which black cohosh does grow here in the Appalachians. I do not know how to point it out. I've seen it in pictures, but I'm the type of person that I have to be in the field. I have to be touching it, feeling it, you know. I got to be down with this. Look at the moss around them trees. Is that not beautiful? Beautiful. I think something lives in that tree. What y'all think? Yeah. You know, at my mom and papa's, when we were little, we had a tree and it had a hole like right in here, a big old hole. And we used to say, that's where the Easter Bunny comes from. So all growing up until that poor tree got knocked down, that's what we say. That's where the Easter Bunny comes from. Oh, and there's the homestead. And I ain't crossed over. Typically, I would have went ahead and crossed over at the top of the ridge, but Dad's refenced. And so, with my thick thighs and long hair, Lord. Anyway, we'll still cross over. We're going to get it. So that's where we went up. And we went all the way around, circled back around. This is why they call it hollers, by the way. We're in a holler. Well, I'm on top of one side of the holler. But yeah, that's what a holler is. Because you know why? Because we can holler. We can holler. Come up on a big mossy mound and not sit on top of it. Look at this. Ooh, it's so pretty. This looks like a good place to take a break and meditate. Y'all, the whole time that I've lived here, which is my whole life, I lived down the road for 16 years. Before that, 5 years in South Carolina. Like I said, most people that live here don't get away from here. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way or make it sound like it's awful. It's just that most people here are very sheltered. We're very sheltered, and everybody tries to keep everybody safe, and in doing that, unfortunately, people don't know how to survive anymore. You know, we're a place that lives off the land. That's why we settled here. Our people settled here because we could live off the land. Appalachians is abundant in everything. We got the 4 seasons, you know. You always need to go explore the world, but there's nothing like coming back home. So I was sitting here taking everything in. Another common herb, medicinal herb. You see those sticking up right there? It looks like sticks. I know you ain't got a good view right now, but that right there, it looks like a cactus. Well, that, guys, is mullen. Mullen is abundant here, okay? Mullen is known for many different things. It's a good tincture. It's good salve. It's a good tonic. It's good for many, many things. One of the things is inflammation. Again, inflammation. Ain't that funny? And then also bronchitis, pneumonia, bronchial. Native Americans smoked it for bronchitis and pneumonia because it helps with inflammation of the lungs. And it's smooth. It smokes up good. As soon as they're ready to harvest. Now, these are old. So back in the day, they'd also set them things on fire because they're flammable. So they're good fire starters. And of course, the seeds, once it goes to seed, because that's what you're seeing, it's going to seed, it is spread. You'll catch mullen more on the side of the roads and rocky spots because that's where it thrives. And I harvest it every year. Medicinally, it's awesome. And magically, it's awesome. You can take the leaves also to wipe your ass. They're velvety leaves. They're not poisonous or anything. So if you're in the middle of the woods or on the side of the road and you need to wipe that thing, just grab you one of them big velvety leaves off there. Alright, on the way down, I found some more squall root. And ooh, I'm so excited. There's a bunch on the other side of the fence here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. Looks like some down the hill from me. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest these. And you're asking why I'm doing it with this, because I'm propping y'all up with my bag that has my knife in it, and I'm just being lazy. So just being honest. Let's be honest. I'll show you guys how I've got my little hatchet attached to my side bag. Excuse me. So my side bag actually has a latch, which works awesomely, and this has a loop on it. And I'll just put it on there and I'll let it drag like smack my ass. Cheap thrills, you know. For real though. Just harvested this patch, and look guys, it's everywhere. It is so everywhere. So I'll probably be harvesting it on down the fence line here, and then there's a real beautiful patch on the other side of this holler. See, there's a holler down there. That's where I was going to go. Look at them. It's calling me. I can't. I'll be out here like a heat stroke, and they'll be like, what was she doing? She was harvesting squall root. You know, what a way to go. But anywho, I'm going to go down to the house. We're going to go around to the barn there and go to my route that I go to the other side of the holler, because this is straight down and there's a swamp in between. There's water irrigation issues down there. But fun fact, this used to be an orchard. This is all family owned, all up the holler, distant family. And yeah, it used to be orchards up here in just a working farm. So it's always been a farm and an orchard, and pretty cool, huh? Like, right? All right, so let's see what we got on down the fence line, guys. Told you I'd be harvesting a bunch on this side of the fence. It's everywhere. I'm like, y'all, if it was dry land fish, we'd be in there. I'm just saying. So it also explains the bear action. Squall root. Bear is one of the first things bears eat when they come out of hibernation. Ain't that some shit? Didn't even know that. The more you know. This is what y'all call hillside walking. On one side of the holler to the other. And that one too. That right there, guys, is mountain spring water. Fresh spring water. That stuff is so good. Making my way down off the mountain. Ooh, look at that. Heck yeah. So I'm going to take a break and do a little lunch and drop off my first haul of squall root, and then we're going to go that way. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Oh y'all, this is my dad's mulberry mulberry tree, and this thing produces like crazy. So since I'm going to be here on the homestead, usually goes to the birds and they pick some, but I plan on picking a lot. So I'm just saying, we're going to make some stuff, y'all.